Going to be seeing Elon Musk out on the campaign trail on Donald Trump's behalf. You said something recently to Chris Steyerwalt that he appeals to demographics that your party has struggled with. How much impact do you think he could have on this race?
I mean, he has a lot of appeal for people, a lot of independently minded voters in Pennsylvania. And as far as surrogate, hey, that's definitely a significant thing for Trump having.
It looks like the left is finally starting to come to terms with the fact that the Elon Musk endorsement of Trump actually is a big deal. Right? Because despite whatever cope you may hear about how it doesn't matter, you know, Donald Trump can have Elon. Yeah, he's the richest man in the world. And not only has he verbally thrown his support behind Trump, he started a America super PAC that's going to be giving him millions of dollars. He moved his full-time residence right now to Pennsylvania so that he can campaign for Trump on the regular. Yeah. That is a serious X factor, a Trump card, if you will, that is leaning in the Republicans' favor. And that really does go without saying. But recently, John Fetterman went on CNN and you can hear was clearly a little bit panicked about this. And that's the central theme of today's video. Leftists are clearly threatened by the Elon Musk endorsement. And if you don't believe me, I mean, just look at John Fetterman's face. That really does tell you the story. We'll show you what he had to say about Elon here in a second. But first, folks, do us a big favor. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And why should you subscribe? Because you hitting that red button goes a long way in ensuring we can keep bringing you videos like this. And with that said, let's get into today's video.
We're going to be seeing Elon Musk out on the campaign trail on Donald Trump's behalf. You said something recently to Chris Steyerwalt that he appeals to demographics that your party has struggled with. How much impact do you think he could have on this race?
No, that's significant. I've always said that it is significant. You know, in the business, you know, a lot of surrogates really doesn't count for much, but Musk, it's undeniable that he's successful. He's the world's richest man, and he's been involved in a lot of important things like SpaceX or AI and those things. And he has a brand, and that's attractive to a demographic that we need to have to win in Pennsylvania. And it's not even about his checkbook. You know, again, I think him being an active surrogate, I think the New York Times described him as effectively living in Pennsylvania, and he's going to be showing up and going around. That's going to be mattered. And the Democrats, for us to make fun of him for jumping up and down or that things, you know, we would do that at our peril. You know, it's significant.
By the way, I just think it's funny that they made fun of Elon jumping up and down at the Trump rally when their VP is who? Literally does this every single time he comes out on the stage. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. But yeah, again, at least John Fetterman is being honest with himself. The Democrats can mock Elon Musk all they want, but this is a guy of incredible influence. He's putting his full weight, and by the way, his full genius. Let's not forget that part of it. He's not just the richest man in the world, he's one of the smartest men in the world. And for Democrats to just downplay or mock it, John Fetterman is right. You guys do that at your own peril. Absolutely true.
So you think members of your party are underestimating the influence he could have?
Well, I hope not. I hope not. That's why I'm talking about it. It's like, I mean, when he showed up at the Russell building for the AI convention earlier, I mean, I witnessed the senators like, whoo, he showed up. I got to have my 3 minutes kind of a thing. So, I mean, he has a lot of appeal for people, a lot of independently minded voters in Pennsylvania. And as far as surrogate, hey, that's definitely a significant thing for Trump having.
A major issue, obviously, in this election that we've talked about is abortion and also access to...
Yeah, so as usual, just shift the entire conversation to abortion when you don't like the way it's going on the Elon Musk front. What else could we expect from Caitlin Collins and CNN? But no, I mean, here's the truth. I don't think that Democrats are underplaying it or overlooking it. They're actually deeply panicked about Elon and his influence and what he's doing in Pennsylvania, because you can always tell that response not by their words, but by their actions. Because some random Democrat influencer like Harry Sisson can say whatever he wants about Elon, but take a listen to the recent remarks of the actual governor of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro, and ask yourself if Democrats really seem to believe that Elon is not a big deal like they're claiming. Check it out.
Governor, let me ask you about a development we learned about overnight. Elon Musk says he will be giving away $1 million every day to random voters who sign his super PAC's petition. You are a former attorney general. Is this legal?
I think there are real questions with how he is spending money in this race, how the dark money is flowing, not just into Pennsylvania, but apparently now into the pockets of Pennsylvanians. That is deeply concerning. Look, Musk obviously has a right to be able to express his views. He's made it very, very clear that he supports Donald Trump. I don't, obviously we have a difference of opinion. I don't deny him that right. But when you start flowing this kind of money into politics, I think it raises serious questions that folks may want to take a look at.
So you think it might not be legal, yes or no?
I think it's something that law enforcement could take a look at. I'm not the attorney general anymore of Pennsylvania. I'm the governor, but it does raise some serious questions.
So there you have the governor of Pennsylvania floating around the idea of criminal prosecution against Elon for the fact that he has a super PAC and he's getting involved now in the election. Yeah, once again, you don't think they're freaked out about this? They obviously are, because that's always what they do when their back is against the wall. As you saw in the case of President Trump in the 2024 election, what do? We resort to lawfare. Many such cases. And by the way, the cope of Josh Shapiro is just absolutely hilarious, because he's like, oh no, there's all this dark money going on. This is very corrupt. Yeah, well, guess what? So-called dark money, quote unquote, has been influencing and basically controlling the Democrat Party for a very long time. Just take a look at George Soros, right? And by the way, what Soros does is, believe it or not, legal under campaign finance law. So if you have a problem with that, if you have a problem with dark money, then I would say reform the campaign finance law. I think there's a genuine conversation to be had about that. Most Americans on both sides think that the money in politics is a very corrupt issue, but don't allow your side to do that constantly and then turn around and cry and threaten criminal prosecution when finally someone on the Republican side says, okay, they've been playing by this game, which is technically fair under the rules. It's allowed for so many years. Why doesn't Elon step up and do the same exact thing? And the moment you do that, no, dark money is influencing politics. This is so evil and corrupt. Cry me a freaking river, but it is pretty telling to see Democrats really, at the moment they have to be, regretting the way they've treated Elon Musk for the past couple of years.
From this kind of rhetoric that makes politicians something less than what they are, which is human beings.
I appreciate your saying that, Scott. I think where the Democrats started to lose Elon was actually personal. We should have celebrated his contributions to electric vehicles, even though he was against unionization and stood up to unions. We should have said, look, Starlink, great product. That needs to be used. We should celebrate the fact that he's had the first commercial success of private people in space. And I think a lot of it was that we didn't celebrate it, and he felt offended.
He does get a lot of attention. I'm genuinely curious. Was there something, do you think, that Democrats did? What was the thing?
Yes.
What was the thing that they did?
How about attack free speech, by the way? How about that, How about transition his kid? Honestly, I think that the response here by this Democrat congressman is kind of a cope. Okay, Elon's not mad at your party because you didn't praise Tesla enough. Okay, it's because you guys have turned into this very anti-American, anti-free speech, anti-democracy, by the way, democracy party. That's what it's really about. But the point still remains and is true. Yeah, you probably did not do a very smart thing by driving Elon Musk right into Donald Trump's hands. That part is completely true.
I got a call from him about it when he wasn't invited to that EV summit. He should have been invited. I called the White House. I never call the White House. Yeah. And I'm like, why didn't you invite him? He's very angry. And in fact, I had an interview with Pete Buttigieg at the time, who also was a little bit glib about it. And I was like, he's critically important in this sector. I think the union thing was the big deal of why they didn't invite him, and they should have. He deserved that credit for what he's been doing.
And then people were tweeting out about
Although that is a true point, right? The Biden admin cares so much about EVs, but like, who is the brand that makes EV entirely possible? It is Tesla. It is Elon Musk. And the arrogance of these people did not even invite him to the White House. Well, I guess that's what you get.
About his private flights and him taking a private plane.
I don't think Democrats get blamed for that.
No, I'm just saying that, look, and I think he should stay off Twitter. I certainly think he shouldn't be making jokes about the vice president. But I think with the Democrats, remember, he was a supporter of Obama. Bill Clinton, Obama had this. And we are the party that is John F. Kennedy, that is about innovation, that is about entrepreneurship.
They didn't initially give him the tax credit.
We should be celebrating that part of it.
There's a weird...
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Despite all the claims about whatever, okay, Elon Musk is not exactly someone who you would imagine to be a Republican poster child. Because you guys always say, the GOP is bought out by all the big oil companies. Okay, well, Elon Musk invented the electric vehicle. He actually has a lot to gain from this climate change nonsense, regardless of if that's how he actually feels about it. The truth is, economically, all these EV mandates and environmental regulations do work in his favor. So you would think that would make him a Democrat. He used to be a Democrat. He comes out of Silicon Valley. He's a Silicon Valley tech billionaire. Is that the generic profile of a Republican super donor? Absolutely not. The same is true of RFK Jr., okay, who you know the last name there, Tulsi Gabbard, who was formerly a progressive poster child of the Democrat Party. Look at where all these people have gone. But you say it is them that have gone crazy. Not that the Democrat Party has completely lost itself, completely abandoned the values that at least people thought it stood for, like, I don't know, free speech, classical liberalism, you know, as kind of opening ideas there. But it is what it is. Bottom line here, they completely screwed up, and hope you enjoy the election in Pennsylvania with Elon Musk working against you with all his money, with all his resources and his influence. We'll see how that goes. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comment section down below. Be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe if you are new, and until next time, God bless and peace.